Hi everyone. Can you hear me? Do let me know if you can hear me. Just move that up out of the way a minute. Okay. Oh, my coffee's still a bit hot. And my tea, actually. I'm just loading things up. Oh, great, you can hear me. Hi, Anna Karen. Hi, Adria. Hi, Katinka. Hi, Patsy, Cheryl. Greek cross-stitcher, good evening. How are we all doing?
Did you say Greek?
Yeah, Greek ex-stitcher. I certainly did.
I have no idea how to say hello in Greek.
Not me neither.
It's all Greek to me.
Hi, Sandy. Hi, Reg. How are we all doing this evening? Brom, good evening. I see you made it home safely. Great stuff. Good to hear, Patsy. Well, it's another Wednesday. It's a warm one. From beautiful Greece, says Greek ex-stitcher. Hi, Lucy. Yeah, I'm not so bad. Do you know what? This week I have just been tired, and I think it's because I'm not at work. Because I'm doing nothing. Doing nothing is exhausting, isn't it?
So, according to Google Translate, this is hello in Greek.
Yasu.
Yasu. Right, okay. Let's tell us if we got that right, Greek ex-stitcher, because if not, then Andy's the one with egg on his face.
No, Google Translate is.
Yes. Yeah, so this week I've just been quite tired. And I think it's because I'm doing nothing. So today I've been and done some shopping. I've got a few bits of clothes. And... I've had quite a nice day today. It's been nice having in the warmth and sunshine. Okay. Reg, no problem at all. Pop back when you can. Greek ex-stitcher says, yes, that's right. Super job. Great stuff. So Google can do some things right there. Changing routine sure can make us tired, yeah, and I think that's probably what it is, because I'm used to up at 5, do my stitching, bit of overtime, crack on, do some work, and of course because I've not been sat tapping at a computer all day, I've just been sat listening to YouTube and stitching all day. I've kind of not wanted to stitch.
They'll be missing you.
Yeah, I reckon. I said I'd find out, didn't I, for Hannah? Okay.
I believe you.
Hi, Lindsay. Could do a flush tube extra, take as long when you sort out your cones. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I've got 2 more sort of full days left. I did a clothes sort yesterday. I got rid of quite a lot.
Lauren helped you?
Yeah, me and Lauren, 3 bags full.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then today, me and the 2 girls went shopping. 130 quid later. Andy didn't hear that, did you?
No, you never told me how much it all were.
97 just in Primark.
Yeah.
Were you keeping count?
No, she was just there. How is the weather? Very hot here. It's quite warm here. I think we've been about 26 today.
No idea, I don't know. My computer's telling me 25 right now.
Mine's telling me 24. So, yeah, so fairly warm.
My phone's saying 26.
Yeah.
Shall we just say it's above 20?
We'll say it's above 25, eh?
No, because your laptop says 24.
24, 25, 26.
Well, average is 25, isn't it? So what kind of temperatures you got over there in Greece?
Well, I imagine more than us.
Hi, Sussex Stitcher. Yes, it has been a bit sweaty here, but I got a nice dress today. I got a bargain dress from Asda. Was it £2.50? So I was like, couldn't get my card in the machine quick enough. And I'm like, you do know it's no returns? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. You know, Christ, at £2.50, even if I had to tear it up and use it for dishcloth, it wouldn't go amiss, would it?
No returns. What? Mini bunch?
Indeed. So,
Oh, here we go.
Earlier when I went to the shop.
in case you haven't gathered, Andy and Lauren are in with me.
Outside the corner shop, I saw a yellow van. And then when I'm going to the shop, I saw a yellow cat. That's all I'm going to get your books. That's all I can remember.
Good.
Very nice. That's perfect. 38 where you are in Greece. Bottom end of England supposed to get thunderstorms tomorrow. Yeah, they were saying that a couple of days ago, Patsy. I think it was Sunday. They actually gave us a yellow warning for thunderstorms. Didn't have a thing. Do you remember talking about that on the way home from the big stage?
Yes.
So apparently it's maybe going to rain this evening, but you know, can you sit down please, because you're wobbling the camera?
If it does, I'm going to stand outside in it.
What, like the bloke off Shawshank Redemption?
You mean Andy Dufresne?
Yeah.
Andy.
So Andy Smith is going to do an Andy Dufresne.
What?
In Primark, we saw Beans pyjamas. Like Heinz Beans pyjamas.
But it said beans on it. I was tempted to get him for her because she's our beans, isn't she?
Well, why didn't you?
It was like a
She'd already chosen those.
And then there was like a 90 as well.
So why didn't you get it?
She'd chosen those.
These are bad here.
Day temperature is the same as your night one. Oh, it's quite warm in Budapest then. Okay.
Budapest?
Yeah.
I thought it was Greece, not Hungary.
That's another stitcher I'm talking
Oh,
to.
right, okay.
Adria, she's stitching Budapest.
Oh, right, yeah.
Hi, Joanne. How are you? So I did a floss tube yesterday. Well, I released a floss tube yesterday. 50 minutes, which is much longer than I usually do. But crack, I did have a lot to talk about. Sussex Stitcher had heavy rain overnight on the southeast coast. Send some of it up this way. Andy wants to go outside and do an Andy Dufresne. Hi, Laurie. How are you? Good to see you. So, yeah, so a little warm. It looks like I have got nothing on because you can see my legs at the side of the screen, but I have got shorts on. So it's definitely shorts weather. But I seem to be coping quite well with it. This time last year I had like over 6 stone of insulation, but this year I don't have any. So I seem to be coping quite well. Laurie, very warm. We have a yellow weather warning for thunderstorms tomorrow. Crikey. Laurie, you're good. Excellent. Proper enjoyed the live stream yesterday, Laurie. Thanks so much for letting me know. Can you turn that down, please? So what's everybody been up to and what are you all stitching on? As you can see, I've got She Sleeps out over the 30% mark. But I had a look on Stitch Pal last night. And if I want, oh, Christ, gone blurry, thank you. If I want to get this done by the end of the year, the only way to do it would really be to turn monogamous stitcher on it, because it needs an average at the moment of nearly 700 a day. to get this done for the year end. So that's not going to happen. But I think by the year end, I'll probably be around the 70% mark, which would be good. It's way too hot. Air conditioners on, as I'm from USA and we love AC. Definitely. Whereabouts are you from originally in the USA? And what's your other name if you're prepared to tell me Greek X teacher? Otherwise, I have to keep calling you Greek X teacher. Patsy's still Hogsmeade. Laurie, thank you for joining us yesterday. It was fun. I plan to do so again, Laurie. Adrian, no stitching for me today. Finished the Mystic Mountain Nebula yesterday, so treating myself to a day off. Yay! Finish. Super job. Greek X Stitch is still stitching Christmas ornaments in this heat. Sussex Stitcher is working on Patron Saint of Green Chili, as usual. 89.97%, so close. Brilliant. Cosmic Marbles for Anna Karin. Katinka is ordering floss for 3 new starts. Oh, what are they, Katinka? Come on, let us know. Needle Deedles, hi there. Stitching Fairy Whispers. Greek X Stitcher, Greek born from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My name is Liz. Great stuff. Philadelphia, the city of death stairs, Andy. As in the steps you go up and down. Sandy is working on Daydream. Heather Edwards, pain-free crash, 48.47%. Way to go, Sandy. Super job. Well, you are getting there with that one. You'll be at 50% before you know it. Super. So the noise you can hear in the background, Lauren's watching TikTok, and I've also got the fan on. I think it's TikTok. Yeah. I've also got the fan on. Although I don't really benefit from the fan. It's mainly everybody else, because to be fair, I'm not bothered if I've got a fan on or not. So when I framed this one back up today, I chose to, not today, a couple of days ago, I chose to go back over to the left. I was going to stitch to the end on the right, but, you know, I'm a woman, changed my mind. Cheryl's working on Disney Cross Stitch, brilliant. Hi, Rosemary, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Okay. Cool. Right. I was at 295 stitches before picking my needle up on this live. So I guess we will see how far I get. Yeah, Sandy, it'll be no time. You're doing so well. Rosemary, glad to hear it. I love it when my peeps are doing well. That's great stuff. Halfway through my thread, it's soft today. That warm weather. Really need to stash a few Freddos in the fridge or the freezer. Oh, I had an interesting message this morning. Those of you that following about my weight loss. I didn't stay to group last week because I wasn't well. After losing my voice, I just wasn't up to staying. And, you know, if I had stayed, it probably would have made things a whole lot worse because I'd have been wanting to talk and I wouldn't have been able to. So last week I just zipped in and zipped out. And leaders messaged me today. Apparently, I have been nominated for Woman of the Year. So I'm quite excited about that. I shall definitely be off to group tomorrow because it's taster and I'm making chicken and basil passata pasta. So I'm quite looking forward to going to group. Yeah, can't quite believe it. It's been a long road. Thank you, everybody. But yeah, I could have knocked me down with a feather this morning. You just don't expect it, do you? It's, you know, you just sort of work and crack on and do your thing and focus on, well, for the last sort of 12 months, I've focused on me and got on with it. And, you know, I've had a goal in mind and nothing stopping me, nothing getting in the way. Not let anything derail me. And I've had hard times. I've had rough times at home. I've had rough times at work. If you let stuff derail you, if food isn't the problem, it's certainly not the answer, is it? Katinka's new starts are elegant plumage, Hade, ornament, butterfly, port, peaches, Hade, and pumpkin 2 from Max's Patterns on Etsy. Ooh, super job. Might be having a look at those, Katinka. Thanks, guys. We'll have to see if I what happens. Do I get a ribbon and a sash and, you know, a trophy or what, or just a certificate? I don't know what sort of happens. We'll have to see, won't we? But I guess I'll find out after tomorrow's group. So, yeah, so things are quite good at the moment. As to whether I've lost any more this week, if I haven't sweated any out, there's something flaming wrong. Lindsay started back, Sling World online only, lost £2. Great stuff. £2 is £2, Lindsay. And, you know, when you sort of get to the point that you're not having to, you know, literally carry the weight of a small person around with you, you know, it's an absolute blessing. Well, if I don't get a prize from Slimming World, Sandy, I might have to treat myself 1-to-1. What do you say? Oh, even Andy agrees. Even Andy agrees. Hey, that's good.
I'm supposed to agree. Am I not?
Aye. Oh, you've got your hubby involved too, Lindsay. Great stuff.
What?
Andy says that I should buy myself a prize.
You should buy yourself what?
A prize.
Surprise.
So is he going to chip in and join in with some of the meals and things, Lindsay? Because, I mean, for me, you know, I just now cook a lot of my stuff Slimming World way, really, for the whole family. And just put it in front of them without any fanfare and say, here's your dinner. Number 13, here we come. Oh, do you know what? I've probably got enough to do another dozen starts just with what I've got in stash. But now I'll have to treat myself to something, something maybe not stitchy related. I have to see. Hi, Mahmouda. It's good, thank you, except I'm just tired because I am not working, and I think it's just because I'm busy doing nothing apart from stitching.
If you're stitching, you are doing something.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, compared to work, I'm doing nothing. Because normally I'm sort of, you know, going crackers at work, you know, busy.
I guess.
He's at Slimming World all week. Great stuff and enjoying it. Brilliant. Something crochet related. Ooh, that could be a shout. Hannah's blanket's not far away from done. I'm on the decrease section now. So she's seen it and she's approved it. Well, it's a bit tough really if she doesn't approve it, because that's what she's getting. Hi, Kelly. Popping in a bit late because the neighbours were having concrete poured and there was too much noise. Oh, blimey. What are they having done? A driveway or something like that? Sounds like a foundation for concrete pouring. Patsy, I find stitching so relaxing I can fall asleep in the middle of a row. I've actually fell asleep with a needle in my hand. Yeah, I've done that once or twice. I fell asleep with a needle in my hand whilst listening to something on YouTube. And you know how sometimes you're listening to something and a person has one of those kind of voices that you can just fall asleep to? Yeah, that. They're getting a new patio in their backyard. Oh. Hi, Leslie. How you doing? You never know, Kelly, you might get invited round, you know, summer barbecues and drinks and, you know, can road test their new patio for them. Yes, I always put one of those channels on if I want a nap. But yeah, you know, sometimes it's just somebody with one of those voices that can melt butter.
Melting butter's not hard.
What I'm talking about is somebody that has a right soft voice that just instantly relaxes you.
Like a Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Maybe the neighbours are new, so we've not met them yet. Ah. Bob Ross' painting channel gets me asleep in no time. Oh, I love Bob Ross's voice. There are no mistakes, only happy little accidents. And there's a happy little tree and a happy little squirrel and a you know, a happy little lake and a happy little mountain. Yeah, Bob Ross is quite good. The late Bob Ross. Apparently he did I think about a dozen copies or so of every painting that he did on The Joy of Painting, and no two were alike. Three 713. Okay. As I joined in on a live stream yesterday. With Laurie. God. Do you know, you see, this is how you can tell that I've done nothing all week because my brain's tired. Mum and Pop's quilt shop, that's it. And it was really, really nice. You know, to actually to be listening and you know, reading and stitching, and you know, it's lovely. Another new community. Brom, dipping in and out sadly because I'm actually at work and the authorities don't like us watching and driving. No, that's you know, stay safe there, Brom. For sure, stay safe. And I hope that my voice doesn't make you fall asleep. That could be a recipe for disaster. Okay. Oh. I think I've gone over 2 threads there. I've done this quite a lot today and yesterday as well. I've got a sore eye. And it's kind of I've got heavy eyelids anyway, but my right eye it's a little bit swollen and the lid seems to be full of fluid. It's not painful or anything like that, and it goes down with antihistamine. I've had it before, and it's because I wasn't well last week with the losing my voice and whatnot, and it's just like my body says, let's just give you something else because we're not quite done with you yet. Which is very rude, but there you go. So I was stitching on my model stitch yesterday, and it's so normally, as you guys know, the vast majority of my projects 25 count, 1/1 full cross. Try stitching on 28 count linen as opposed to even weave, which I'm not used to because I don't stitch on linen as a rule. 2/2 full cross. White on white. The counting accidents were ridiculous. And I spent a fair bit of yesterday unthreading my needle to unpick a stitch. And it drove me crazy. So, Mum and Pop's quilt shop. Thanks, Laurie. Yeah. And she was a lovely lady, and it's such a shame that her poochie's not doing so great. Is there any update today, Laurie? Did it have the op yesterday or today? Yeah, so went and had a walk this afternoon with the girls, went and met Hannah from work, went to the shops, and it turned out to be a costly experience. Good job I didn't spend all my pennies at the big stitch, isn't it? What have I done here? Where am I stitching? Oh, I'd have to put the stitching in the right place, wouldn't it? I'm nearing the end of the white, but now I've got like a cream, 712 cream, which is actually much easier to see. but because, you know, white on white, and I've got one eye that's kind of struggling a little bit, it just hasn't been a pleasant experience, but needs must, and it will be done. The design itself is absolutely gorgeous. It's just in the middle of it, there's 900 stitches of white on white. The good news, though, was that I discovered that the file that I've been sent is actually Pattern Keeper compatible. So it meant, you know, things were, oh, I've done those stitches, things were much easier because I could load it up in Pattern Keeper, which makes all the difference, as you guys know. Let me just get rid of this little bit of thread. Have I got a magnifying light? I've got a magnifier, but it doesn't have a light on it. But I've got a fairly decent magnifier, and I did end up using that yesterday. Usually, I only use that when my eyes are tired, so it's a good indication that, you know, this with my right eye, because I'm having to. How can I describe it? I can't relax my eye because it feels like it's closing, so I've got to like try and keep my eye wide open, if that makes sense. So, you know, it obviously makes me tired because I've got sort of pretty much all the time raised eyebrows and, you know, trying to keep my eyes open. I give myself a headache with it. But it is what it is. There's not a lot I can do. And my eye does water a fair bit as well. Pup will have surgery Friday. At least that, you know, she's got some news about when it's going to happen. I think if you know, and you can plan, can't you? Not like if it was unexpected, like the trip that she had to the vet. Obviously, that was unexpected. So, but yeah, it's dogs are important as people, and pets are very much part of family. Even our cat, even though she's a monkey, well, not a monkey, she's a cat, but you know, shall we say, not the most sociable of creatures, but you know, even that said, if she got sick, I think I'd be quite upset. It's very quiet outside tonight. I'm not going to say it too loud because, you know, next thing now we'll get a souped up hairdryer passing us by, won't we? Oh dear, just going to grab a quick drink. Oh my days. Best cup of tea all day, that day.
It's the only one.
So that by default makes it the best.
I guess.
Nope, somebody's having a barbecue. I've just got a waft of one. Or a bonfire. You get one or the other. I've sorted out my wardrobe. Oh, excuse me, yes. Excuse me. Yes, I did, Leslie. I got 3 bin bags full. And there is a charity collection due round for the PDSA on Monday, so they will be going out for that. Of course, there isn't anything that isn't wearable. It's just that it's too big. And I'm determined not to unslim into them.
Unslim, what a great word.
And there was a few bits of clothing that I hadn't seen for a while. There's a lovely red top, weren't there, love?
Yeah.
I haven't worn it with regularity since before children. And let's put it this way, Andy forgot what my face looked like for a short while.
Do you have to say that on camera?
Yeah. I could have said that you just stared at my boobs. You're a man. Men love to stare at boobs.
Thanks for that.
Hey, you're in love with your wife. Is that a problem?
No.
Right, there you go then. Mush they mush. I would imagine that some of the peeps on this chat will find that rather funny. Oh, welcome back, Red. Well done. I'm sure the PDSA will be very happy. Boobs, haha. Yep, there you go. See? I even went and got some new nice, pretty new undergarments today as well. It was lovely. New undergarments, new PJs, some shorty ones because it's warm, and a new dress. So, but yeah, it's lovely to be able to find and fit into these clothes. Especially now, you know, I've lost so much. It's great. You know, I used to feel when I was at my biggest that I stuck out like a sore thumb. That I didn't want to be the centre of attention, but you couldn't miss me if I walked in a room because of my size. And, you know, when I was at the Big Stitch at the weekend, I just felt like I blended in. So... and head out and have some lunch. Bye, everyone. Happy stitching. No worries, Kelly. Thank you for joining. Hope you have a lovely lunch. I can't remember what I had for lunch today. What did I have for lunch? Can you remember?
I don't know.
Oh, I had some vegetables and a pita bread and cheese and ham. See, that's the kind of week I'm having. I can't even remember what I've eaten. Good lot of you in here for a Wednesday 38 as it stands at the moment. So welcome if you've not joined before. It's great to have you. And say hi in the chat. Do I get hungry between meals? Honestly, no. If I do, I'll just have a piece of fruit or something, which is and a warm drink, which is usually enough to stave off any hunger pangs. Because it's so warm, I've just lost my appetite, and I don't eat a lot of carbs because carbohydrates can make you hungry, just make you want more. So I don't eat much in the way of carbohydrates, which obviously must be helping as well. So, but yeah, I have a plan. I have like set time. Well, I say set times. I have set routine with my food. I have, you know, I have a late breakfast. I have my lunch generally in 2 parts, and I have a healthy tea. But so on weigh-in day, I don't get my tea until after I've been to weigh-in. And this week it's taster, so I'll probably eat at weigh-in. But I also have a few sort of go-to bits and bobs in my fridge. So if I do get hungry, generally speaking, I've got crustless quiche made, so I can have some of that. Also, as silly as it sounds, tin tomatoes. Tin tomatoes are a very filling snack. You know, open a tin of tomatoes and warm them through. They're like half soup, half like a, you know, obviously if the chopped tomatoes, they're like a stew. And I find them quite filling. And they're only like 10 calories a tin or something stupid like that. And I make sure that I have my treats as well, like my Freddo. Lauren went to the shop earlier to buy Andy some pop and came back with a Freddo for me. Quite funny. Now every time they go anywhere, they come back with a Freddo. Oh, I take it you're not into chopped tomatoes then, Patsy? See, I quite like them because they're kind of sweet and sour. You know, they're kind of a bit of both. They're a good go-to for breakfast with some scrambled egg. Bacon with the fat trimmed off. You could have like, you know, essentially you could have a fry up. Definitely a whole lot of note for you then, Patsy. I quite like to have things like, I get like salt and vinegar rice cakes, and those are quite nice. So I quite happily snack on those. But I have to count them into my sins allowance, so I don't have many. I was quite lucky at the Big Stitch because they had, on one day for lunch, they had some grilled chicken skewers. And then the other day they had Mediterranean vegetable skewers or vegetable skewers. Perfect for me. And, you know, brown bread sandwiches and what have you. So it all worked out well, although I did take some food with me. Because then if I was stuck for options there, I got my food with me, which I know is safe, you know, safe for me to eat without ruining my diet. So yeah. Lots of planning all the time. By the way, you never said, did you like that skyr yogurt better?
It's a bit bland.
Well, you've got sauces.
Yeah, I put some sauce on this morning.
Okay. Well, what I meant is, did it keep you fuller?
Yeah, it seemed to.
Oh, groovy. Oh, no worries, Brom. Safe travel. Okay. And, you know, don't get into bother watching me while you're out there on the road. Safe travels. And, you know, if you're around Sunday, I'll be doing my live as usual, Sunday at 7. All right. You take care. 7:30, not 7. Can't even remember the on time of me flipping live now.
What you like, woman?
I tell you, it's because I've not done any work this week. Feels like I'm like a naughty school kid wagging it.
You know.
I know, but it feels that way. I think half the trouble is because I work from home. Every time I pass through my kitchen or into my dining room, I see my office. Kind of makes you feel guilty. We'll be there at 7:30. Brilliant. Be great to see you. Right. So, yeah, safe journey, Brom, wherever it is that you're off to. Brom's a lorry driver. Him and Morty made it home on Monday down to Truro, so this is great. Oh my days. Okay. Oh. Tell you, even though 20 count is not my favourite, I'm much happier on this than I am on that flipping linen. Right, let's use up this little bit of thread. Oh, that was good. Try that. Try that again. Cool. So if you guys have seen my floss tube by now, you'll know that the result from the viewers' vote is in. And Pandora won. It was really a 3-horse race between Pandora, Ophelia and Reflections, I think. And I think if Ophelia or Reflections had been in number 1 position, if that they'd have been the first one that you saw, the result may have been different. But who knows? Excuse me. Still, the Democratic vote was had, and I don't mind which one I stitch. I made that clear at the beginning, and I still stand by that. Oh, 90% Sussex stitch it. Well done. Fantastic. You know, I'm one of those people. I don't know if you're like this. I put lots of little milestones on my stitching. Like when I get to, 1% on a really big piece and 5%, 10%, and so on, and a third and a fifth. And I think it's very important to have those sort of bite-sized chunks. Where am I starting this thread? Here. Yeah, it kind of then, seems like, reaching that milestone. Like this one at the minute, 30%. Oh, so I'm nearly a third of the way. I have to see what happens by the end of this week. Hey, Mal. Catching a Wednesday stream. Oh, who are you and what have you done with Mal? Lovely to see you. How you doing? Come on. Do a kit at work or work off a master set of threads, if not a pre-packaged kit? I work off a master set. I have a master set that's on these floss cards. It's going to go blurry. And I've just, the 20 holes, I put some stickers on, written down the thread numbers. I could kit up individual charts like this, but I've just got a master set because, if I take stitching out of home, then I'll just put a few threads on one of the spare cards and take it with me. But yeah, if it's a pre-packaged kit, obviously I use the pre-packed threads. But I did this master set last year, I want to say, maybe the year before, because I kitted up my supersized max colour stitching shelf on those plastic bobbins, and then I thought to myself, why am I not just doing a master set on these bobbins, on these floss cards, not bobbins, because I don't do bobbins, I don't do floss drops. I have had stuff kitted up in like floss away bags, but I find that they deteriorate after a while. So I was like, yeah, I could do with a system. And once you've bought the cards, you've bought them. They're not going to break. They're hard plastic and they're fairly thick. And just, by changing the stickers, you can reuse them. So same here, especially when it's a full coverage. I'm feeling a pain barrier after 482 days. Holy moly. Yeah, I was over 500 days stitching My Princess. I hear you on that one. So, yeah, short-term goal setting is one way to stay interested, isn't it? Every 1% on my supersized match colour is a real goal for me. Takes me a while to get there. So, Mal's working from home today, so she can multitask and have the stream up while you work. Super duper. I do that sometimes. For instance, next Tuesday, Laurie, if there's a live stream on Mum and Pop, I will, in all likelihood, be multitasking and watching and listening while I work until 5 o'clock. Hi, Esther. How are you? How you doing? Nice to see you.
To see you. Nice. Couldn't resist that, sorry.
Page finishes are celebrated like a finish for normal stitching. Yes. Use cards too, but also use floss bags for the bits. I keep them together using bookkeeper's rings. I've got some of those bookkeeper's rings, but I'm not terribly keen on them. My pain-free crafts kit, the thread cards came on a bookkeeper ring, and I took them off. It just didn't, I just couldn't get on with them. But what I tend to do is, if the piece of thread I've got left over is long enough to go back on the thread card, see if I can find one here. Yes. So the main bulk there, and then on the, always as I'm looking at it from the edge on the right hand side, I've got partial lengths of thread. So I try not to waste anything. I like the idea of a master set, but I find I like kitting up for each project so I can be assured I have enough floss for the project. Yeah, especially true with dialots and things like that. But because, you know, the vast majority of my threads are on cones, I don't have the dialot problem, because, you know, my cones are anything up to 500 grams or something like that. They're quite heavy, the big ones. So I suppose it's an advantage, really. And whenever I buy thread that I don't have on a cone, I'll buy something like 10 skeins of it, so I know I've got plenty. Come on. Oh, sorry, just replying to something on Facebook. Oh dear. Great. Got the mock-up for the Christmas cat. Whew. Right, okay. That runs through my head every time she says that, Andy. Oh.
What?
Nice to see you nice.
Oh, right.
Hi, Ashley. How are you? I'm not going to say it because Andy will repeat himself. But good to have you here, and I hope you're well. $225. Okay. I never buy a single skein, always in job lots. I'd like to get cones, I think, but not sure where to get them. You can't get them in the UK unless you are a kit manufacturer. That is the only reason I have them, is because previously I manufactured kits. I can't get any more because I no longer manufacture kits. If I did decide to manufacture kits again, great, but as it stands, I can't get any more, because even though I kitted for Sarah at Pain Free Crafts, I bought the kit, I bought the cones. So the cones are actually my property. She just had thread off those cones to make the kits, if that makes sense. So, but you can only get them here in the UK if you are actually a kitter. I know that it's different in the USA, certainly, and in other parts of the world, because I know that you can even get them in your local needlework stores and so on at times. But for us here in the UK, it's very difficult. You know, you might occasionally come across a cone of black somewhere, but, you know, in all honesty, it's so difficult to get hold of them without, you know, sort of pleading your case with DMC as an actual kitter. I'm well now after taking a shoulder injury. Oh dear. Affected your stitching. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I hope you're on the mend. There's nothing worse than having an injury that prevents you from doing something like this. There was a lady who went to the Big Stitch who had one of her arms in a sling. And I do know that there was a lady we were talking to at lunch. She'd had a rather nasty accident, and she'd suffered burns to one of her hands, and she learned one-handed stitching. So she could still stitch, bless her. I think it was even with the left hand as well. I think she was right-handed. Yeah. Yeah, it is a bit of a shame, Sussex Stitcher, but like I said, I consider myself very, very lucky, because I purchased the cones and then sold them on in the kits to, you know, essentially to Sarah, and distributed them for her. I did buy a few from the USA before I was doing kits. I decided to buy a few, and I got them here, and they're great. And then a month later, I got an email. I'd been charged some kind of import tax or something. I think it was import tax. It was a good few years ago. I'd been charged a tax, and it was a good chunk of change. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. So then when I started kitting up for Sarah, obviously I got my kits from DMC France. We bought pretty much everyone in the small size, and then when they ran out, we replaced them with a large size cone. So I still have a number of small ones, but I have quite a lot of large ones as well. On the mend, yes, still have some minor pain in my collarbone. Oh dear. But your mobility's back. Well, good. I'm glad your mobility's back, but do take it easy. Don't try and do too much at once, because you'll end up taking even longer to recover. My daughter had a broken collarbone a few years ago when she was at school. And Hannah has autism, as I'm pretty sure that you guys are aware of, and decided to do too much at once, and it took ages for her collarbone to heal up. Collarbone's a very funny thing. I don't know if we could handle seeing a video about your cones. We would all be green with envy. It's embarrassing when I top up with how many I buy. I wouldn't have said so. I wouldn't have said embarrassing. Hey, you know, I buy them at 10 at a time. So
I think someone was trying to be funny there. Green with envy.
yeah. Definitely.
You'll get MB out today, have you?
No, Envy was out last on Saturday at the Big Stitch and got quite a lot of admiration, I have to say.
I'm not surprised. Very popular, that one.
I just feel bad for the registered ladies at Joann's when I walk up with hundreds of skeins. Yeah, I tend to do mine via online because our local needlework store here, we're kind of stuck where I am. There's like one, and they charge something like I think 160 something or 180 something per skein of DMC. So almost £2 each. Whereas when I go to Lakeside Needlecraft online, I can get them for 99p. It's a lot different. And if you order over a certain amount, free postage. I think it's about 189, I think, maybe last time I paid for one at Hobbycraft, which is why I don't really want to go to Hobbycraft to get them, because it's just so expensive. I mean, brick and mortar needlework stores are getting very rare now. I'd love one. But the problem is you'd have to charge so much money. Joann's often runs a 50 cents a skein deal. It's the hardest thing to resist. Well, if I ever get across to the USA, I've told Andy I'm coming with a small kit bag for me, like a rucksack type of thing with my stuff in it, and an empty suitcase with a bit of cross-stitching in it. And I'd be intending to fill it up, especially if the exchange rate's good. Oh, that's good, Patsy. 95p. Bargain, that. But Hobbycraft do charge a ridiculous amount. I only ever go there if it's an absolute emergency and I really, really want the skein of floss. But sometimes I just go for a mooch. It's nice just to go and have a look round, isn't it? And have a look at other crafts and things. And I keep saying, oh, I must try this and I must try that. Do I try it? Do I heck? Too busy cross-stitching to do anything else. Of course you can, Patsy. Anytime. Although if you're a local needlework shop selling DMC at 95 pence a pop, I might be coming up to you. We can always have a look on Skyscanner, see what flights are available. Like we said before. And if we go to do it to Las Vegas, there's a huge shop in Las Vegas. They do lots of hand-dyed and over-dyed threads and fabrics and all kinds of good stuff. I think we should go there. We have a store in town, says Ashley, that sells DMC for $1.35 a skein, but I get them from Michael's for 79 cents. Yeah. Can you smell that? Somebody's burning something.
Mm-hmm.
You don't try very hard to resist then, Mel. I'm very lucky to have a really good brick and mortar store in the village, and because I buy so many of their friends, I get a good deal. I've been able to stop them PM and pop out and pick them up. That's great. That is really good. DMC costs Great Britain pound £2.26 per skein in Iceland. That's why I have to use CXC to afford my hobby. Yeah, I can understand that, Celia. Absolutely. More than welcome. Thanks, Patsy. I'll be packing a case. Ashley, it's getting expensive to be a stitcher. I remember I could get them for $1/4. Yeah, it is. But then again, everything is becoming expensive, isn't it? You know, costs of everything seems to be rising. Although I have noticed a few price drops in the supermarket lately. I just wonder how long it'll last for, though. You know, certainly on fresh things like cooked meat, fruit's gone down a bit. Milk seems to have dropped a little bit. So some of the everyday essentials do seem to have dropped in price, but not many. I wish I had a mom and pop needlework store. I always prefer to support local shops. I have one for yarn projects, but there's nothing around for needlework. Yeah. We seem to have less and less here in the UK. You know, very occasionally if I'm out with Andy and we're somewhere, I'll have a Google and see if there's a needlework shop in the area. Because if it's a small local business, I will try and go in there and buy at least one thing to support that business. You know, do you remember me doing it in Cheltenham? Andy? If you remember, we went to John Lewis's.
Yeah, I remember it in Cheltenham.
Yeah, then we went into the Wilco store, and then we went. I found that little cross-stitch shop.
The Wilco store, which looked like a bomber car, in it.
I know. I was still there. I thought you were still there, Nicola. I thought my telly had frozen. No, I'm still here. It's when I go quiet and still, that's when you've got to worry, Patsy.
Why?
Because then the telly might actually have frozen. Oh, my days. Let's see, what have I got here? 819. Lots of pale colours in this bit. Dee. Excuse me. What am I doing here? There we go. Yawning, but you're working on as she sleeps, yeah. The irony. What have I done here? I brought my thread up in a completely different place to where I put the thread down. Silly me. Mal, I was thinking the other day when I first found your channel, I had 1 whip. I have 5 now. Oh dear. Is that my fault, Mal? It's good fun though, isn't it? You all right there, dear? Nicola the Enabler. Absolutely. Absolutely, because I've had Andromeda. Does that ring a bell with Lindsay? Did you get it? And then somebody said in a comment that they might get mini Pandora just so that they can stitch along with me next year. When I film this video of my confirmed 12 new starts, which I will probably do tomorrow, you know, it gives you all sort of 4 to 5 months to get your ducks in a row. And if you want them, you know, you've got time to get them and join me. Not all of them, obviously, you know. It's like I said, if you want to get one of them or one by the same artist or something like that, or a mini version of one, by all means, join me. My fault in the best way possible. Has Andy figured out how to do the split screen thingy yet so that we can see the bottom and top of your work at the same time? I haven't even really kind of asked him that. It would probably involve 2 cameras and 2 bits of filming.
What is it?
So that we can see how I do my 2-handed stitching. Haven't really talked about it yet, have we? I mentioned it once to you briefly.
So, is this on your Stitch With Me?
No, just as a how to do it video kind of thing. I mentioned it once briefly to you ages back.
So, all right. So it would be like a Stitch With Me video.
No, it'd just be like a how I do it video. You know, like starting and ending my threads kind of thing.
Okay, so you want what? You want one camera above and one below?
Yeah. We'd have to figure it out.
Well, I mean, I'd have the tripod down there. Pointing up at your stitching there.
I'd have to make sure I've got knickers on.
Well, you haven't, you?
Yeah, always.
That's not true, you know it. Anyway, so, yeah.
Sorry,
one
just having a conversation.
There, that one there where it is.
Yeah.
And then I'd superimpose this image down here on top of that one there.
Well, yeah, you'd have to sort it out in editor, wouldn't you? Okay, groovy.
Wouldn't be too difficult to do, actually.
Cool. Right. Nicola made me do it. Hashtag. Yes, definitely, Lindsay. I think that we should get that one trending on Instagram, shouldn't we? Hashtag Nicola made me do it. So, here's a challenge. If you do decide to get a chart or a kit, or, you know, follow me with an artist or whatever and do a new start with me next year as a variation on that theme or the same kit or whatever, and you're on Instagram, post it with hashtag Nicola made me do it. I think I'll get reflections, but not sure if mini or full size. Well, I would always say go for the full size, but, you know, that's just me. I'm daft like that. Oh, no, don't do this to me. Sorry, Mal. The words are out there. Yeah, I'll perhaps have a look at doing this video tomorrow. Now you have to go shopping. Definitely. Wait until I've put the video out, though. You know, and then give it, I don't know, half an hour before you hit that buy button. You all heard it. I'm going shopping. I see Lindsay's going shopping with the hashtag Nicola made me do it. Definitely. But yeah, I will film this video probably tomorrow of my 12 confirmed, but not the order, because the order will be decided every week on my floss tube. And I know I can definitely do this video now because I put a post up in the Gecko Rouge group last night because stupid pattern keeper, for some reason, the Gecko Rouge Christmas cat is just giving it all in grayscale. So I asked if somebody got a mock-up, and somebody has very kindly provided me with the mock-up for it. So I can show it. Woohoo! Andy, did you just woohoo in there? Are you taking the absolute pee or something? You'll get taking the pee, mister. I'll get him back later. Anyway, it's 1st of August tomorrow. How can this happen? Seems ridiculous that we're already, you know, into August. It's only 2 seconds ago. It was January and we were all complaining it was cold. Your hubby's 60th tomorrow. Oh, many happy returns to him. Is he getting anything nice? Please tell me you treated him to a nice new cross-stitch kit and he'll look at it and say, oh, I don't know what to do with that. And you said, oh, no, that's fine. I'll deal with it. In all seriousness, though, many happy returns to your husband. Hope he has a lovely day. And eat cake. Ah, the present is you. Brilliant. Couldn't be a finer one. Hey, Lauren.
Hey, up.
Lauren is back. And you see, if you did get him a cross-stitch kit, wrap it up, give it to him, and he said, I don't know what to do with it, and he give it back to you, you could always say, well, it's hashtag Nicola made me do it. I'll take the blame. My husband and I had a 6-month wedding anniversary last weekend. Didn't feel like it. Your birthday tomorrow too, Esther. Oh, many happy returns for today for tomorrow. I hope you have a lovely day. Eat cake. Buy stitchy stuff. Nicola made me do it. So says Lindsay. Not mine until next year, until January. He's getting treated to lunch tomorrow and a family barbecue on Sunday and eating breakfast today. Actually, a cross-stitch kit might be brilliant. Yeah, and you can always do it. Nicola made me do it. See? We're a full service channel here. I'll happily take the blame. And Lindsay, I hope that for every £1 you lose, you are putting some money aside to treat yourself to some stitchy goodies. See, hashtag Nicola made me do it. See, for every £1 in weight you lose, if you put, I don't know, £2 or £5 or whatever aside, you see, you could end up with some nice stitchy stash at the end of it. He's a toy boy. Rewards are the best. Yes, absolutely. Ah, Lindsay, glad to hear it. Definitely make sure you reward yourself. You're having a nice pop.
Vicky, your stitch would be sent.
Thank you. See, that's how out of routine we are, isn't it? The me not being at work.
Why?
Well, over today with the stitch with me. Is Lauren nomming again?
Oh, good night.
What's she nomming?
What?
Hey? What, Lauren? Why is the microwave on then?
Oh, it's the rest of the tea from earlier.
Oh. So, Esther, I hope you're going to get some stitchy goodies tomorrow for your happy birthday. New start. Hashtag Nicola made me do it. Oh, excuse me. Tea's coming back. The birthday wishes. Ah, he's very welcome. Yeah. Tag me and on Instagram and use that hashtag. I'll take the blame. I don't mind. Any of you get enabled, you know. Now my tally has frozen. Oh dear. I've just had to refresh my because I can see your comments on my phone screen, but I have to read them from my laptop screen. So refresh your screen, just refresh the stream because it's not interrupted my filming. Just refresh. If I'm frozen. Cool. Right. Okay. Who's she on phone with?
Don't know.
I was on the phone with Jonathan because he decided to call me.
Oh, what does he want? Keeps ringing you.
He was telling me about this like kitty net on sale. It's like a VR guinea place for like ships and that.
Oh. Do you think he wants to go out with you again?
I've got no idea. Last time he asked me, I was
Tell him 0121 flipping do one. Let's move from PC to my phone because I wasn't getting chat column. Do you know what? I think there is definitely gremlins around in YouTube because if you remember, the other day I had problems. But yeah, just refresh the stream if it stops, you know. If you don't hear me or see me, just hit the refresh button. You should be fine. I'll try and keep some movement in the window at all times so Patsy doesn't think I'm frozen. Back to normal. Well, me, back to normal. I am not normal. Patsy, how very dare you? Never been so insulted. Been called normal, Lauren. What do you say?
Since when have you been normal?
Never been normal. Yes, YouTube glitch. My TV froze, but not iPad. Just don't get them wet or feed them after midnight and remember no sunshine. Yeah, definitely. I used to love Mogwai. There's a big solar storm going on, so there could be more internet outages. Oh, great. Huh. We Stitches were all mad. Yeah, very true. But, you know, if you ask any of this lot, I've never been normal. Nope. I am the mum who walks up and down the aisles in Asda dancing, because as far as I'm concerned, they wouldn't be playing music if they didn't want you to dance. And I usually have at least one embarrassed offspring with me at the time. Am I right?
You and Tori used to do it together.
Yep. Because they wouldn't be playing music if they didn't want you to dance. My apologies, you're back to your totally abnormal self. Yep. Great stuff. That's what I like to hear. Abnormal services resumed. Oh, you do it too, Lindsay? Great. Especially if they play it loud. And you so 60, you see, I'm not alone for dancing up and down the aisles. They wouldn't be playing music if they didn't want you to dance. It makes shopping fun. You know, food shopping is probably the worst chore that I do. I hate it.
I mean, the thing is, would you rather hear music or would you rather hear people just chattering?
Well, I'd rather hear the music and have a good boogie while I'm at it. Hannah gets quite embarrassed, doesn't she, when I start boogieing?
I don't care all that much.
And I sing, usually loudly and badly, because I can only sing loudly and badly. I especially do that when I'm working in the house on my own and next door's children start to scream and create and shout and what have you, because they can get very noisy next door. And I know they're only young children, but mum does nothing to say, okay, that's enough now. So I usually sing something very loud and very bad because I can. They soon shut up. Counts towards body magic. Yes, absolutely. 1 or 2 smiles, Leslie, not many. People just kind of look really to say, as if to say, what the heck are you doing? Or what the heck are you on? I've been to the supermarket in a tiger onesie before now. I got laughed at that day. I was wearing it for work for a charity thing. I went to the supermarket after work and I'm there pushing my trolley up and down Morrison's with a tiger onesie, wiggling my bum because there was some music on. And some little kid laughed at me. I was like, oh, thanks for that, mate. I feel like with that music, the hearing constant chattering would be more annoying. Yes. Mm-hmm. My daughter does that when I shout womb fruit. Excellent. Blinking miseries, yeah. Spot on. I actually did it once. I was the same day I was going to work, and before I left for work, Victoria had phoned me because she'd forgotten a geography book. I think it was a geography book. And I'm there in this onesie, this tiger onesie, running up the street to take her geography book, just as the kids were going into the little school around the corner. So, as you can imagine, you know, decisive at that point, seeing a 40-year-old running up the street in a tiger onesie, looking like, you know, I'm about to go there. Great. It was good fun. I am feeling better in myself, thanks, Maria. Yeah. Got a bit of a problem with a wonky eye, but nothing I can't handle. I'm not coughing as much now, and I've got my voice. Which is a good sign. I can speak. Common as smoke, yeah. Hey, I'm not like most of the people around here. My counterparts around here tend to turn up at the school in bloody dressing gown and slippers. I'm quite refined in my own way, just running up the street in a tiger onesie. You know, at least I haven't got, you know, full-on flannelette pajamas and a big fluffy dressing gown and a pair of Uggs. Standard uniform round here. Thanks, Maria. Yeah, it's coming along well. I'm over 30% now, so enjoying working on it. No point in living life miserable, just keep a high vibration. Very true. Keep them laughing. My grandmother used to garden in her housecoat and curlers under a plastic rain cap. It was a sight to behold. Yeah. I bet it was. And I bet that's when she got her best gardening done. A little mark off. Okay. What time are we on? Oh, 9:10 already. Yeah. It seems to have gone very down. Yeah. I once walked past the postman stark naked, and I didn't realise he was at the door. Just kept on sashaying. Oh dear. Brilliant. Have you ever had a naked person at the door when you've gone to deliver a parcel? No. I don't think I ever did either. I once did when I was working in a hotel. I was doing room service, and this bloke came to the door naked. We had a dressing gown on, but it wasn't fastened up, and he was naked. It was quite a sight for, I think I was 17 at the time. Then he insisted on inviting me in so he could give me a tip, and I'm like, you're all right. Clearly not been down south. Well, certainly not to your neck of the woods to see you sashaying past the postman for 6 stitch, you know. That is why I would never want a front door with windows in it. Always reminds me of, of a story my mum used to tell. The summer that I was born in the January, and in the summer that year, it may have even been the next year, it was a very, very hot summer. And my mum always used to tell this story about how she was living in this house and it was very hot, and she was talking with, I don't know, a neighbour or something, and the outcome of the conversation was a bet that my mum wouldn't run up and down the garden naked. And she did it. In the middle of the day, in the height of summer, she ran up and down her garden naked. Fortunately, I don't take after my mum like that. I've never done a naked run up and down my garden. I'm not likely to either. She was good fun, my mum. Get another cross stitch, yeah. Should always get another cross stitch, Maria. There's going to be a hashtag now. Nicola made me do it. Village we used to live in had a car keys in a pop thing going on. Oh dear, head of the PTA and a vicar's daughter. Blimey.
What's the PTA?
Parent Teacher Association.
Oh, okay.
All meant to be respectable people. Some of the highest echelons, especially like vicars and stuff, but you know. Oh dear. She came across as prim and holier than thou and then was up to that. Oh, blimey. They always do, though. So the quiet ones. Bet she had a big pampas grass in her front garden. Apparently, having a big pampas grass in your garden is the international symbol for it. Is this your new nerd troop? I was looking at them online. What is it that everyone loves about them? Yes, it is. This is the 280 millimeter one. It holds the fabric beautifully. And you know, you can, when I'm tightening it, I can pull the fabric to tighten it up and it not distort, and it hold it pulled through while you tighten the frame and that kind of thing. I wasn't, you know, I was like, everybody said, oh, you should try an edge, And I got this, and also this one, because it's slightly rectangular, the stitching area is better than on a round hoop. And I'm not a Q-snap stitcher. I can't use them. Tried, can't get on with them. They're too thick for me, too bulky. So I've always been a hoop stitcher, but this Nerge, love it. Swinger, that's it. Thanks, Sussex Stitcher. Excuse me. So yes, I think I'll definitely be getting a couple more of these Nerges. They are very good. I feel like I'm last to the party with it. You okay, chicken?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, not less clearly how I'll have to try one. I've used Q-snaps in the past, but they don't have good tension in the corners. This one's got good tension wherever you are. And they're less bulky than a traditional round frame. So definitely worth giving them a try. But for me, I got this 280 one because I wanted a big stitching area. I mean, it's clear I like a big stitching area. So what have I done here? Hey Enid, how are you? Where am I here? There. Not great. My allergies are insane. Swollen, itchy eyes. Oh dear. I've got a swollen, itchy eye, but it's not to do with allergy. It's to do, I think it's just my body just going, yeah, you had lost your voice last week. Let's today make it look like you've been in the ring with Rocky. In fact, make you look like Rocky. Come on.
What?
No, when Mum's done the live, I'll tell you.
Well, I won't be long anyway because I've been going nearly 2 hours. I'm ready for a move. For a seize up. I'm going to get into a nice cool bed very shortly in my new gym jams. So I'm already sweating my way through, so that's good. Nudge hoops purchased. Hashtag Nicola made me do it. Great. I'll take the blame. So when the bills come in and the other half or whoever says, what's this? You can say, Nicola made me do it. And you have to let me know what you think of them, Mal. Leslie, have you got some nice plans for tomorrow? Tomorrow I will be making a video. I will catalogue my cones and I go get weighed and see what this Woman of the Year thing is all about as well. So, and then just another relaxing day. Not doing much. Might sort out my smalls drawer tomorrow though, because I've got some new ones today. Just looking at Nudge Hooper's teaching on the edge of getting a spiking special stand. Hubby thinks 3 frames is excessive. Oh. Well, it's like I said to anybody that's querying and questioning about cross-stitch stash in whatever way, shape or form it may be, they are perfectly entitled to their wrong opinion. Oh, you just bounced me out of the live and then back on. So apologies if you got a brief interruption there. It is, alas, almost time to end this stream now, sadly. Oh, thanks, Leslie. Let's get everything crossed because it's warm weather and the body says, yeah, we're just going to keep hold of all the fluid right now. So this is a potter about at home day tomorrow. I'm using your phrase now. Don't smoke, don't drink, and the bins go out more than me. Yep, absolutely. I didn't realise that one was getting round. It's true though. I mean, I don't smoke. I haven't smoked. Well, the last time I had a cigarette was 24 years ago on Christmas Eve coming up. The last time I had a drink was New Year just gone, and I had half a glass of wine. And when was the last time I went out? Don't know. There you go. Huh? Out.
I don't remember the last time you went out.
Yeah, sometimes I've gone out, but there's out. Last time I think I went out was probably Rebecca's wedding. She's been married nearly 2 years.
Okay.
So, and before that, her hen. And like I said, she's been married nearly 2 years. Anyway, that is 300 stitches completed. So, super happy with that. So, that's been another great sesh. So, thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget hashtag Nicola made you do it. Stitch with me out tomorrow. Stitch with me out on Saturday. Saturday's one will be with chat. Don't forget, pop to the community channel and set a reminder to see Karen's finish on Saturday, 6:30 p.m. UK time. She's doing a finish on the Fred stocking. So, you know, let's all go over there and cheer her on. And then Sunday I'll be back live 7:30. So 6:30 on Saturday for Karen, the Needlebug. Link on my community tab. And then, yeah, Sunday back to me. But yeah, take care, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay cool. And don't forget, hashtag Nicola made me do it. I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.